And gentlemen, I'm Rocky Downing, and welcome to the 78th Annual Stardusters. Tonight we'll take you on a radio journey through some awesome music. Let me introduce my good friend and co-host, Bill Casper.
Hey, thanks, Rock. We got a great set list. The coolest thing about this set list is it's all selected by the students themselves. And even though they called it old music at one point, I'm still pretty cool with it.
Without a doubt, the greatest music is always the old music, right? For some reason, the students asked you and me to host. I still haven't figured this out, but we're very, very honored that you would ask us. Regardless of the situation we're in, we're not going to miss out on this. So with that said, welcome to Stardusters. Awesome, awesome, you guys rock. That is terrific, outstanding. Featuring, of course, a solo from the lone senior in this year's band, Cooper Kaufman. So great, great job. That is amazing you could put that together isolated. Daniela said, she sent out the email that Phil and I had a chance to read about how you were going to piece it together, and I thought, there is no way in the world you guys pulled this off. But you did it. It's awesome. Very, very cool. So Phil and I thought we would start by just kind of getting some thoughts. Cooper, let's start with you, since you are the lone senior.
Right.
This really stinks. I mean, it does to have this performance you guys have been preparing for and this happened.
For sure.
Tell us what the most frustrating thing to you about the Stardusters, not about everything else, but Stardusters itself.
I think it's about the memories that I would have made with people that I had spent all year trying to make connections with. It's kind of, that chance is gone now. But having that video and being able to do this on radio is a very, very, very important, big thing for me. It means a lot because I can actually make that memory.
It's terrific memories that you would have had, but it's pretty cool that you could make this happen this way. How about our directors? Share your thoughts on how much work goes into this. The students were leading this all this year. So to see it almost get there and then ripped away, I mean, I just can't imagine what you guys have to emotionally deal with. I know you've dealt with it some now, but I guess just talk about that.
Well, we were a week away. We were ready to start Tech Week when school got called off, and the first couple days I personally was just in disbelief. I'm like, okay, this is not true, and we're gonna make this happen somehow, but obviously we couldn't. It was it was an emotional roller coaster because the students had worked so hard on getting everything ready. It's not just the getting themselves ready for the band part. They did the decorations. We had it set up. The stage was ready to go. We were just waiting for the light crew to come in and do the extra light effects, and even that was already like scripted. So yeah, it was, I don't know, Baton, what do you think? But it was an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Oh gosh, I think you and I texted like for hours when all the news came out, and we were both like, this isn't real, this isn't happening. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It just kind of sucks when, you know, the kids put all of this work in it. And I teach the sound production class, and we were using this time to like set light cues. And we chatted, and they were just as upset because they were hoping that people would get to see their hard work as well. And it was really tough. I'm glad that we were able to do this recording, though, because at least we got to hear some Stardust in our lives.
It was a great recording, and I mean, you guys sounded great, and I've watched it, you know, since Daniela, you and Baton have come in and done great stuff. But I'll talk to the underclassmen for a minute. I know Afton is a freshman. I'm not sure who else is with us right now, but for you underclassmen, especially first time playing in Stardusters, Afton, I'll just ask you, how big a disappointment was that to you, your first year playing in it, and now kind of taken away from you, and you've got to wait another year?
I was really looking forward to it, so it was kind of like, oh, well, now you don't get to do it. So I really enjoyed working on it, and like I was on the decoration committee with like Caitlin and Ella. That was super fun, so it's kind of sad to like not get to have that anymore. So hopefully I get to do that next year.
Well, and I'll get to Cooper. I'll get to you in a little bit because I got a lot I want to say to you. But I know for Rocky and I too. Not only you've got everything going on in school, but I went and got fitted for a tux. I haven't worn a tux since I got married, so I was pretty excited to, you know, snazz up a little bit. I don't dress real great at work. I mean, you know, nobody ever sees me. I'm on radio, so
You were gonna look good too.
I know we were going to look good, and we were going to sound good.
So where did the idea of doing this like a radio show come from? Someone, I think Daniela said Ethan maybe was the brainchild behind this. Is that right?
Ethan was the brainchild.
Okay, so Ethan, tell us about the idea.
Yeah. Well, the idea happened almost a year before I offered it up to everybody else. I came up with it almost right after my sophomore year. We had decided, you know, what we were going to do. And I thought of this idea. I think it originated from the Beatles doing a concept album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, because they thought, well, we're not going to take all of our hit songs and put it on some record and use that to sell more songs. They said, we're going to make some songs and specifically for an album to make it have a certain sound so that people buy the album for the album itself and not the songs that it's composed of. And so I thought it'd be really cool if we did some sort of like concept concert where like it's something more than just a certain type of songs. It's like an idea or something like that. So then I thought of like, you know, you and Phil doing like your vinyl year stuff. And I thought, well, what if we did like a radio show program? That way everybody can get the sort of songs that they like to hear. You can get country, you can get oldies, you can get new pop, you can get old throwback, you know, big band stuff. And so I thought about it for a year, and when Mrs. Thrasher was taking suggestions, I was like, you know, I really want to do this. So instead of just raising my hand and, you know, saying it, I got up in front of the class and I did a big spiel on it, and they seemed to like it. And so that's what we did.
So anybody, when you heard Ethan's idea, what were your thoughts? And you can be brutally honest with us about this. Did anybody think, what in the world is he thinking?
Everybody thinks that about Ethan.
I totally did. I'll be
At one
honest.
point.
I never thought it was possible, but then once I started to get to play the songs, it was actually really fun. And yeah.
And for those who don't know, the set list ranged from, I mean, Sinatra doing New York, New York, to Duke Ellington, to Billy Joel, to, I mean, the list goes on and on. It really is a huge array of music, which is very, very cool to come up with that idea. So tell me, let's go. We'll start with somebody start with the song they were most looking forward to being a part of. Is there one song that you just loved? And maybe everybody shares one. Jared.
Let's start with Jared. Start with Jared.
Havana, definitely, because I really like playing the Latin style trumpet. It's just really fun to play.
Cool.
And it sounded amazing. I'll tell you that. And it was just a nice little pop song to play with too. So yeah.
And was that a small group or was that the whole band?
Oh, it was the whole band.
Did you have one trumpet?
Yeah, I
Is
had
that
a
right?
solo in it, and it was really disappointing because it was like when I first started, playing the trumpet, especially in middle school, when I started to really get into it, I was playing I just know that song off the radio by Camila Cabello, and I just started playing that, and then knowing, hey, I could play this in front of people, I really wanted to play it. So yeah.
Frustrating for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else have a song they were jacked about?
What about you, Ella?
I was pretty excited to play like the Garth Brooks mix because I just know at least my dad and my family, they listen to that radio channel all the time. And so I knew it would be a big hit in Clay Center. And because I know some of the songs, it was really fun just to hear that my part and how other parts around me fit into it. And from radio to our band, how good we can sound making music like that.
Cool.
Tegan? Did I wake you up?
I really liked Neil Diamond just because it was I just enjoyed playing it. It's just one of those songs that you play it and you go, oh man, I can't wait till we play that again. So like you're sitting in rehearsal and all you're thinking is, please play Neil Diamond. Please. Which of
That's
course.
Who doesn't love Neil Diamond?
Exactly. Wait, I'm glad no one raised their hands. It's
Yeah,
perfect
thank
answer.
you. Colton, how about you?
I was really looking forward to "Hooked on a Feeling" because that's just one of those songs that comes on the radio and then you just start head bobbing to it. And I'm really into those like Marvel movies and stuff, and that's a big song, Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was really looking forward to that one.
Spencer?
It's kind of a mix between like what Colton and Jared said. They were both like really good songs. And then Jared had a really good solo in Havana, and it sounded really, really good. So I was really excited for that one.
Great. Addie?
I was looking forward to Stairway to Heaven because it just was so pretty with our band, I thought.
That's very true.
Rock
Yeah.
on.
Coop, I'm coming back to you, so don't say anything. Afton?
I'm with Addie. I really enjoyed playing Stairway to Heaven. It just sounded really cool with our band. So.
Awesome. Lane?
I'd say Stairway to Heaven is. I would say Stairway to Heaven as well, because the tuba usually you have the slow part of pa or just a constant kind of whirring noise that the bass line always has. But in Stairway to Heaven, there's the part where you're just kind of, I wouldn't say rushing, but you're going a lot faster than what you normally do. So you get a bit more of a rush to that than you do when you're playing this slow, almost monotonous sound.
Nice.
Oh, you get a rush from Stairway to Heaven, that's for sure. Caitlin, how about you?
I'm with Tegan. I really like Neil Diamond, and it had like four or five different songs, and they were just so beautiful. And there's different solos in there, which are so beautiful as well. And I really enjoyed "You Don't Bring Me Flowers" from that because it's just so beautiful.
Ethan?
Yeah, for me it was New York, New York. It's just a great song, and I feel like the sound of that song worked perfectly with our band. I feel like on that one we all just meshed together and came together as a band really, really well, and it sounded really good.
Yeah,
Jonah?
The New York, New York. Anytime we'd play it during rehearsal or whatever, the rest of the day we'd have the melody stuck in our heads.
A great song.
That's awesome. I'm digging the guitar behind Colton too. On the wall. That's awesome. Jonah, how about you?
Mine was definitely Carry On My Wayward Son.
Oh, yeah.
Rock on.
Yes.
Nice. Did I get everybody except the instructors, which I'll come to? Is that everybody?
Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper. Now you can go.
Okay. My favorite was definitely Billy Joel in concert. And it wasn't more for the music. I think it was because I played that song my freshman year in high school. And it was like a throwback to when I first joined, when I first started learning, and all the memories I had made with my first friends in band and working on that song together, because we worked on it a lot that year. And I think we worked on it just as much this year, and it brought back a lot of memories. And I loved the song since I played it. So I was very much looking forward to playing that.
Great. Baton, how about you? Was there one particular one that you liked or liked to direct?
I really liked all of them, but I'd have to go. Stairway to Heaven was just, it sounded amazing. I wish everyone could have heard that. But I got to go with Colton, Hooked on a Feeling. That one got my heart going every time we played it.
How about you, Daniela?
Stairway to Heaven, for sure. The band did such an amazing job. Second, probably the Neil Diamond. Just, it sounded so awesome. They were so ready.
That's great. We got a great mix there, and that's what I think Rocky and I were excited about when we saw the set list. You know, and again, even though you guys called it old music, I'm cool with that. But yeah, I mean, it was such a wide range of stuff, and it just would have been a lot of fun, I think, for us to be up there and then to hear you guys play it.
We need to have all this crew on the vinyl years, Flip.
Yeah, I'm open.
You
Hey,
guys are awesome.
You guys can come in on the vinyl years anytime. We'll talk Stairway to Heaven for an hour. I'm in.
40 minutes because the rest will be the song itself.
Exactly. You got to allow 8 minutes for the song.
So I thought it would be neat to have everyone share a little thoughts, memory, jab, whatever you guys want to throw at our senior. So who wants to step up first? How about that?
I'm excited about this.
Ella, you want to start? You're the first on our screen that I see. So
I guess, well, it's not technically a band memory, but Cooper and I were Tiger Corral partners, and we learned that I wouldn't say Cooper's a bad dancer, but we had a heck of a time anytime it took some like real concentration. So I guess that's probably my favorite memory with Cooper is we had a lot of fun trying to figure out how to dance.
Remember in the dance breaks where I used to say in your left hand?
Yes. Yes. Cooper actually, as a dancer, I was impressed because he was doing better than I was. So
you flatter me.
So Baton, I guess, is the terminology everyone refers to. So I'll jump in there as well. Baton, your thoughts?
Oh, Cooper. Where do I begin? Oh, gosh. I mean, there's just so many memories. First of all, it was an honor getting to have you and actually be your teacher this past year. You have grown immensely, not only as a musician, but also as a human being. And I'm really excited to see what the future holds for you, because I'm sure it's nothing but greatness. But I think my favorite memory of you, because there's so many, Cooper, would have to be when we were all in Annie together
And
in the
sorry.
pit.
Oh,
Good old Annie. And we're surrounded by me and Phil, just like being hooligans, and you were a good sport about it. So nice. Thank you for that. But
yeah, that's where your nickname came from, by the way, right? You want to say what it is?
you can go for it.
Miss Hannigan.
Yep, that's.
Well, we had a few others too.
Oh yeah, Flip, weren't you Warbucks?
Well, unofficially, yeah. I mean, thank God it never stuck.
Colton?
Cooper. It'd probably have to be during jazz band, our time in jazz band, just because we'd always find something to make fun of, and it's usually either Mrs. Thrasher or Jared. So we have a pretty good time doing that. Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Take it.
Oh, so this isn't exactly a band memory either, but Cooper this year was the top of the tree, and he did such an amazing job. It was beautiful.
Excellent. Spencer, big bro thoughts?
Yeah, well, he is my big brother, so he knows. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what I'm gonna say. But whenever we're playing in sectionals or just playing in the band, then he's always there to like jam out with me when we have rests. So we're just like jamming out to what the other people are playing, and then we have some pretty fun talks afterwards too. So it's great.
Nice. Jared?
Oh boy, Cooper. Oh man. So being
man.
his first section leader, we get to, be with each other a lot. But oh man, I just remember it was during marching camp, I would say, and when we first played the melody, the Paint It Black, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a fun year. It actually was. I remember rehearsing Take the A Train, and whenever we'd hit that high B at the end, we'd always love to see a look on Mrs. Thrasher's face.
Yeah, she turned to us and said, calm down.
And he taught me to double tongue, taught me a lot of techniques on the trumpet, and he's a very influential person, I would say. So thanks, Cooper.
Can you still double tongue? Can you do it right now?
Not well. I mean, I could do not fast. So.
No one
There
wants
you
to
go.
hear that.
It's working.
That's good. Lane?
Cooper's an interesting person, to say the least. I wouldn't say I really have a specific memory, but more of a string of memory. I have the string of memories. For example, the first time I truly remember meeting him was in 6th grade in the Arduino class.
Oh yeah.
He helped me. Yeah. There was it was with Mr. Rickley. That was the first time I remember meeting him, and that's kind of the memory that kind of cemented that this is Cooper. He's a good person.
Perfect. Addie?
I would say there's a lot, but my main ones, I feel like I could connect with him more when choir things. So he would always kind of be there to encourage me. Like last year at state, we both got to go for choir, and he was I'd get a little nervous because I was a freshman, and I was like, oh my goodness. And he would be there to encourage me and give me positive vibes, I guess. And then it was really encouraging to also like see him perform with singing and band, and like to see his confidence, and that kind of gave me confidence in a way.
Nice. Afton?
Well, since I'm a freshman, I didn't really get to know Cooper like on a personal level like very well. But I band like the clarinets sit in front of the trumpets, and Caitlin and I always like turn to each other and we're like, can they ever be quiet? So like they were just always so good, and like especially Cooper's like talent on trumpets really was good.
Jenny, something to share? How about Ethan?
Yeah, I think I got two things for you, Cooper. So the first one was when we did our trio with Keith, me and Keith, and we sang that around like we went to the to churches.
And I love that trio so much.
Oh, those were good times. Like when we started dancing, when we were singing for our church, that was really fun.
I wish they would have let us dance in the actual contest, because we probably would have went to state.
One point. We needed the dancing point.
Yeah,
and
we
then,
needed 1 point.
Yeah, those were great times, good memories. And then the second thing I have for you, I'm really glad that nothing became of those girls at our first K-State band camp. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Should we move along, I'm guessing?
Oh, we probably should.
Caitlin?
I didn't know Cooper that well either, but I know that for every football game, when we were riding the bus out to the football field, he was always hyped and ready. And when we sang Country Roads, everyone was in it, and it was just good.
Awesome. Daniela?
Well, I don't even know where to begin, but Cooper, like Miss Baton said, it was an honor to have you as a student, to see you grow into this phenomenal musician you became, and this great person you became. I need to make sure that I'm not getting emotional here, because Cooper was one of the first kids that came up to me and called me Mama T. That was your sophomore year, my first year, and that just made me feel welcome in the band. And yeah, like I said, just seeing him grow into this phenomenal person is, I'm super proud of you, Cooper.
Very cool. Flip, I know you sat around this guy quite a bit in summertime, especially.
Yeah, I did. You know, and the thing is, with all the band with me, I got the chance last summer to go up and talk to him and talk to the leadership, and then talk to the whole band. So I got to know him a little bit. But you know, a lot of you guys I play with in the summer in city band, which is a lot of fun for me. But with Cooper, I first became aware of him when he was in middle school. You know, and I hear about this kid who's a trumpet player, and he's the only one in his class. And you know, you're thinking, God, it's pretty cool that, you know, a kid loves this much. He doesn't care who else is playing. He just wants to play. And then the same thing in high school. And then I got to know him a little better as he came into city band, and he and I are always sitting together, not always playing the same part, but usually sitting together. And then we played in church a lot with our, I don't know, brass ensemble, I guess you'd call it. I don't know, but got to do that. And then of course the Annie incident, which will live in infamy forever. But the pit orchestra, it was really fun, and it was a fun time to do that. And you know, the kid is a phenomenal trumpet player. I mean, I've been around a lot of really good trumpet players. I played in Stardusters, let me think,
Long time ago.
Yeah, 81, 82, 83, and 84, 4 years. So I've been around a lot of good trumpet players in my life. I mean, I got to sit next to Doc Severinsen, you know, and play with him. And I've 20 years prior to that, I'd got to sit down on a warm-up with him. Coop, you're as good as anybody I've ever sat with. And there's times in city band where I will lay out and listen to what he's doing. for several. One, because I want to hear it. Two, because I want to hear how he's doing it. Because it's different than the way I do it, and he's better than me. And you know, it's been fun, Coop, and you know, and now you're going in the Navy, and that's a whole, you know, as a veteran, I could absolutely not be more proud of you. And I'm really sorry that it didn't work out this year for you, but it doesn't matter because what you've done is great. You know, we always talk to football players about what legacy are you going to leave. I am not sure I've ever met a kid that's going to leave a bigger legacy than you.
Awesome. Cooper, you have something that stands out as a memory?
There's a
maybe?
lot that has been thrown out there, actually. I just want to say first that Phil saying that to me, that means a lot. It means the world, because he was one of my role models in city band, and I don't know if I could have ever made it through without him in my life. So it's such a great thing to hear from him, and something to hear from your role model. That's just great. It's exhilarating. I don't know what to say.
Here's a virtual hug for you, Coop, right here.
Well, I want to thank all of you for joining in and just let all of you know how incredibly talented you are. And for a guy that is not talented in any way in music, I am first envious, but more than that, just so impressed by what you guys are able to do, the work you put into it. I've said this for years when CL was around as well. I love sports. I know Phil talked about football. A lot of you are athletes too. This is as much a team as you will find in any other sport, just to compare it a little bit to something different. You all are amazing, each and every one of you. I wish we could come see you on stage. Unfortunately, we can't, but thank you so much for putting together a Stardust performance for us virtually. You're all rock stars. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Rocky.
Absolutely. Proud of you all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.